fall off the side. Hey everybody, welcome to class. One of the requests I get really often is actually do a class with a yoga wheel. And it was perfect timing because I actually got sent this from a company called YogaBody, and this yoga wheel is super sturdy. It's like actually kind of hilariously sturdy. I put my 6'4" Frenchman husband on it, and yeah, it's sturdy. So I thought I would do a quick sequence for those of you that have a wheel and just want to be able to use it. So this is a pretty accessible one. We're gonna start at the top of our mat. Have your wheel in front of you. And actually I want you to sit down. So I was gonna stand, but actually I wanna sit first. So have your wheel behind you, just kidding. You're gonna put your butt down on your mat and just let your upper body drape over it. Bring the hands behind the head. And if you want, you can even sort of roll back a little bit so your butt comes off the floor. This is just glorious. You can roll down, roll back. This is one of my very favorite things to do. Just rolling back and forth. Support the head in the hands. Maybe one or two more rolls. Just move mindfully so you don't fall off the side. I could do that all day. Plant the hands. Now we'll go ahead and stand. I want you to bring your wheel to the front. And we can also use this as sort of like in a similar way as you would use a block. So bring the feet about shoulder width apart and just let the forehead rest on your wheel. So it's like a supported forward fold. Just tilt the hips up, relax the neck and the shoulders. It's a really easy, mild way to invert. And take a couple more breaths. And inhale, lift the chest. Move it off to the side just a little bit. Take the right foot forward, left foot comes back. Plant the knee down. And I want you to focus on the front of the left hip. So really sink the left hip forward, allow it to get nice and heavy, and then let the elbows come down to your wheel. So the elbows on the wheel and elevating it away from the floor actually allows you to focus more on that left hip. So imagine you have a magnet on your left hip and on your mat, and they're just drawing closer together. Tuck the left toes under, and now maintain that length, but squeeze the left knee away from the mat. Push through the left heel. And for a little bit different kind of challenge, you might roll your wheel forward, reach the hands overhead. Slide it back in. Take the left knee down. Tuck the back toes and just push up. Walk your feet wide, like as wide as your mat. Maybe take it back a little bit. And then slide your wheel out. Think down dog, but with your hands on the wheel. So drop the chest. Getting nice and long. And lift up. All right, so now walk it back up a little bit. Your wheel's gonna come to the right side. Right leg steps back, take the knee down. So again, we have this sort of magnet visual. In the right hip, it comes forward. Drop the right hip down towards the floor. Imagine there's a magnet in your hip and in the mat. And then take your elbows to your wheel. So the chest is supported. The upper body is pretty relaxed. You're just letting the hip do that work. And keep the hip nice and long. Keep leaning on your wheel. Tuck the right toes under and squeeze the right knee away from the mat. Continue to breathe. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you slide your wheel forward and reach the upper body out. And bring it back in. Drop the right knee down. Tuck the toes, step up. Walk the feet back. Take your wheel in the center of your mat. Slide the upper body out. Kind of like a down dog, a wide down dog. And go ahead and turn towards the horizontal side of your mat. Feet come wide. Wheel is in the center. You're going to take the back of your right hand to the top of your wheel and just roll it out towards the left as far as you comfortably can, and then spin the left arm open. Try to lean the chest back away from your wheel, even as you wheel it away. Come back towards the center, spin it the other way, left hand comes to the wheel, press it all the way out, and then open up the right arm. And come back towards the center. You can actually keep your wheel at the head of your mat. Step the left foot up, have a seat. We're going to take an asymmetrical forward fold. So bring your left leg up onto your wheel. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold towards the right toes. Lift. Switch your wheel to the other side. Right foot is going to come on top. Left leg is straight out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can reach both hands to the left foot, or you can keep one hand on your right foot, one hand on your left, but fold the chest towards the center. Inhale, sit up. Take your foot off your wheel. Turn towards the center. Have a seat. Roll the shoulders back. Take a big breath in and exhale. Stretch the arms all the way up overhead, pressing the hands together. Exhale them right down to the heart center. Let the eyes blink open. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. For more about this wheel in particular, the one that I'm using, I'll link to it in the description below. If you want more yoga classes, more yoga tips, resources with a bad yogi spin on it, make sure you go to badyogi.com/free stuff for plenty more where this came from. Thank you again for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you right back here next time.